Chase Chrisley describes family's lifestyle change following prison. Chrisley knows best family, Todd and Julie Chrisley, have been getting back to their normal lives after President Donald Trump gave them a complete and unconditional pardon. They were released from prison earlier this week after serving time since early 2023. Now that the kids are reunited with their parents, they are making plans for the future and making up for lost time. One thing that has been brought up is their lifestyle. Fans know that for the Chrisleys, they have always had the best of everything. How much will that change now? Keep reading to see what Chase Chrisley had to say. Chase Chrisley talks family's lifestyle and how it's different. Chrisley knows best fans have been loving any new information they can get their hands on regarding Todd and Julie Chrisley. Many are celebrating that the reality couple was given a pardon after being convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion charges. Chase Chrisley spoke to Entertainment Tonight and talked about how things have changed for his family. Todd and Julie have only been home a few days now. However, it's already obvious to their family that their entire outlook has changed. During the interview, Chase was asked about the lifestyle the family will live now. The Chrisleys were known for their top-notch style and always having the best of the best. Now Chase said his father saw all his fancy suits and said he won't wear them anymore. He was wearing comfy outfits from places like Lululemon and said that is what he will wear for the rest of his life. Chase said he believes it's okay to want nice things in life. He still does. However, how he uses his money now is different than how it used to be. He gives a lot of the credit for that to his sobriety. As for Julie, she already proved she doesn't really care what everyone thinks about her. She used to have platinum blonde hair that was always perfectly in place. Now she has allowed her gray and dark brown hair to shine through. When her kids told her she needed to change it back, she said she would not be doing that. Plans for the future. Chase Chrisley also talked about his family's plans for the future. They want to help people. Chase revealed that Todd met many people who had been locked up for things for long periods, who maybe should have had a lighter sentence. Chase went on to say that the prison system in the United States needs a huge reform. He and his family plan to fight for this to happen. They believe people should be taught how to better themselves and be given resources to change their lives. They say this does not happen, and so they keep repeating the same pattern. Not only will they fight for prison reform, but they will also fight for the rights of those who have been wrongfully convicted. Life has a way of flipping upside down when you least expect it. And for Chase Chrisley, the shift was seismic. Once known for his flashy cars, designer sneakers, and an enviable seat at the head of the Chrisley family's reality TV throne, Chase is now facing a far more grounded reality. With his parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, serving time in federal prison, Chase has had no choice but to step up and speak out. In an emotional and revealing moment, Chase opened up about how the Chrisley family's lifestyle has changed in the wake of the legal chaos that redefined their once glamorous world. It's not about the spotlight anymore, Chase says, sitting in the Nashville home where he now spends most of his time. For the first time in my life, I'm learning what it means to be still, to really think about what matters. Gone are the days of private jets and champagne brunches. The luxurious world that once defined the Chrisley name has faded like a gold filter on an Instagram post. Chase, who once relished in the perks of reality stardom, is now focused on rebuilding a quieter, more intentional life. We were living at 100 miles per hour. Now it feels like we're going 35, and he admits is how the family interacts. We used to always be on the move, filming, traveling, doing appearances. Now our most important time is around the kitchen table. Without Todd's booming voice or Julie's meticulous organizing, keeping the household rhythm, Chase and his siblings have had to find their own groove. It's raw, it's hard, but we're closer now in some ways than we ever were. Chase has taken on a new role as both big brother and emotional anchor. Grayson's still figuring it out. Savannah is holding a lot on her shoulders. And Chloe, well, she's too young to fully understand, but she misses them. He pauses, his eyes momentarily clouded. We all do. What's most surprising to Chase, though, is how much simpler things feel. You'd think life would feel smaller without the money and the fame, but honestly, it feels fuller. There's more meaning in the everyday now. I never thought I'd say that. A typical day in the post-Glitz Chrisley household includes grocery store runs, family dinners, and lots of phone calls with their parents. We talk to them as often as we can. My mom is always trying to keep us encouraged. My dad, he's staying strong, but you can hear it in his voice. He misses us. Letters have become their new love language. Chase keeps them in a box by his nightstand, reading them when the silence feels too loud. Financially, things have changed dramatically. We've had to downsize, budget, and honestly, I didn't know how to manage money before. I thought I did, but now I know the value of a dollar and how to stretch one. He laughs a little, shaking his head. I've learned more in the last year than in all the years before. Chase has also put his reality TV past on pause. I'm not saying I'd never do it again, but right now, my focus is on healing. On family. On faith. That shift in perspective has led him to explore new ventures, quiet ones, far from cameras and producers. He's been investing time in real estate, volunteering with families of incarcerated individuals, and even journaling. I've always been the goofball, the funny one, but I've discovered I've caught depth too. Still, the scars of the public downfall remain. There are days I'm angry, days I'm confused. It hurts to see the people you love go through this. But I also believe in second chances and in redemption. Faith, he says, has been the biggest anchor. My mom raised us in the church, and now I find myself going back to those roots. I pray more. I reflect more. I even lead prayer with the family sometimes, which feels surreal. As for the future of the Chrisleys, Chase remains cautiously hopeful. I don't know what's next. But I do know this, we're not the same family we were a year ago. We've been humbled. We've been tested. And we're still standing. Chase is also more selective about the company he keeps. You find out who's really there for you when the money's gone. When the cameras are off, I've lost people. But I've also gained deeper relationships with those who stayed. He's learned to find joy in the little things. Sunday dinners, playing board games with Chloe, watching old home videos. It sounds cheesy, but it's those moments that keep us going. In an Instagram post that went viral earlier this year, Chase wrote, "We may not have everything, but we have each other. And that's enough." It was a far cry from the luxury-clad snapshots of years past. And yet it resonated more deeply with fans than anything he'd ever shared before. It's weird, Chase reflects. We used to think our story was about success. But maybe it's really about resilience. There's still laughter in the Chrisley home. Still bickering, still love. Just without the gloss of stardom and the safety net of endless wealth. And while Chase doesn't pretend the road ahead will be easy, he walks it with a new kind of confidence, not born from fame, but from something far more powerful. Growth. I'm not trying to be perfect, he says. I'm just trying to be better. And in this quieter, more deliberate chapter of his life, that's more than enough.